Yeah, I'd say that Kid Stars, that does kind of feel like it's a win condition to get the job done here on Nukes. They have that buffer going into Mirage. And it looks like they're just going to try and open up with quite an aggressive pistol round. Ninjas has already had the fight forced on him. He's the one who's carrying the smoke grenade. He's been dropped quite early here. That could just throw a bit of a spanner into the works for the plan that they had in place.
Yeah, definitely. Flashbang. Oh, it's actually just a decoy to progress out of heart. Yeah, it's lovely. Vinabeast just tucked away. Look, I think a lot of these T-side pistols, you see the T's looking to set up utility. VSM just gets a freebie. But they're looking to set up utility, and very rarely they'll see the CTs aggress. And we saw it from history, completely caught someone off guard there. So I quite like the proactive approach that Flamengo are taking, even on this pistol. Obviously, with the man advantage, Kutzmaretz does need to be worried about main, but for now, slightly tasked with finding Vinabeast. Oh, he just needs to line up the kill. It's such an awkward angle. Unable to do so. Will eventually find Flash. On the back of the bomb site is Danico, but it's a 2 versus 3. That's such an awkward fight, right?
Yeah, it certainly is. Still alive in the round for both these teams, though. But a lot of damage that's been done onto the Flamengo players, and they know where both of them are here. Oh man, yeah, Leo will tap down the first. Should be a job done situation, although Delboni, despite his low health, is able to get a frag back, make it a 1v1. At least Vinabeast does have the space to recover the bomb in the meantime. Delboni's going the entire way around. Yeah,
the issue with this whole round is the bomb was dropped on the bomb site, so Keyed Stars, they seemed kind of forced into those fights. Positioning of Delboni's brilliant. Vinabeast, if he wants to go down the vent, he's going to have to make that decision right now. Still clearing towards main. Will drop down the vent. There is certainly enough time for the bomb plant. Going to get to safety beforehand. Gives just an extra second to Delboni. Worried about ramp now is Vinabeast. Obviously, Heaven was the point of contention before. He's still holding towards ramp. Spotted. Oh, not found, though. No. Okay, Delboni just needed to take his time. He was never going to get seen or found. Will still win the round, so I guess the speed on the trigger hasn't cost him, but it certainly could have done. I think we could see still a fair few more casualties. Delboni does have an HE grenade and a Molotov. He spots out one. He can back away and set the HE, and oh, okay, a triple spray. He knows there's one more here as well, I believe. It was Flash that he saw. It was an MP9 in hand. Whether he would have realized that, I doubt, but still, look at the positioning of Delboni.
Oh man, he just cleaned it up. What a beautiful quad kill coming through from him, and it looked like, again, the round was going to get a bit scrappy there for a second. Keyed Stars going up 5v3 in their full eco, but it's going to be some individual brilliance from Delboni that saves the day. Don't give up any more lives here, fellas. You don't have much money in the bank. And this is supposed to be the round where you do start to mass up some cash. Vinabeast, I appreciate the effort there. Goes for the sidearm, step up, but can't connect on that one shot. Delboni will ace.
Nice there from Delboni. Again, though, as you say, when it goes to that 5 versus 3, we're kind of expecting a little bit more damage, maybe 1 or 2 more kills to come through from Keyed Stars. VSM been looking to get aggressive in quite a lot of these rounds, and it has gone against him a few times, but Kutzmaretz catching off Leo, just playing behind the smoke. Flashbang to come through. Kutzmaretz not quick enough to realize, so a free kill for Ninjas. Great way to get it back to a 3 versus 3.
Yeah, good confidence there on that pop flash play through the smoke. That's a really good way to get the kill back, because you know that guy's an absolute dead man every day of the week if he does get blinded up by the flash.
Yeah.
3v3, but they still have 2 players in the A bomb site right now. Delboni's going to be scaling up. With damage, he's got support there as well. Does he even need the support is the question. Oh, Delboni's even going to be able to scale back through the smoke and keep himself alive. That's criminal.
History before planting, but 14 seconds, it makes it an impossibility. He's going to have to molly single door, but he goes for the double door molly. History might be a little bit worried to tap the bomb, but he won the round and he finds the frag as well. Even if History goes down, the round is found by them, and if anything, it would have messed with the finances even more from Keyed Stars. So there's always a lot of turnover in the South American scene, though, isn't there? It seems like there's a roster change in every series that we see.
Huge amounts of competition for all the spots, it's true. Yeah, very little consistency. But look at this again. History now going searching with the Zor posted on the angle, finds his opposite number, drops dash, draws first blood, and this is a key gun run. That's what I was going to say. Big gun run here for Keyed Stars to try and keep themselves in the hunter or nuke. Yet to open up their account, but Ninjas gets an important frag back.
Kind of freedom, and also a lot of solo plays from him, because he's going to be given that freedom. You know, when you stand in for a roster, a lot of the time the expectations for you are fairly low. So I think if he can just have little moments of success, little spurts of brilliance. That's all they can ask for. And right now, Flash, 12 HP, 1v3, 9 seconds, never to win it. They double rotate down just on the off chance that someone has slipped through ramp. But no, it's just going to be the save here. And Flamengo goes 6-0 up. What can you do here if you're Keyed Stars? Too generous from me, but Ninjas is in a great position. She's got to take this space. Oh, he's very quick there.
Doesn't just take the space, he takes the head as well. And he can really now collapse on the safe bomb side. He's not activating though. His teammates are all just dropping like flies. He hasn't swung, he hasn't peeked. Mate, they know about you. You're the one who has to continue to apply the pressure. I mean, what he's thinking is, they're all going to be looking at me.
Then they can send kind of appropriate utility to deal with that position. But yeah, bit of a misstep there. That has given 8, potentially 9 here. Oh, both players caught with util in hand, but the rotation could be enough. Delboni still sat in the smoke. VODs will get the trade man advantage now, in fact, for Keyed Stars. And this is the first round that it seems like they have control. They have a chance. VODs, though, he's the one with the bomb. He's been spotted. Another molly landing. There's nades everywhere.
Oh man, so much utility barreling on the say bomb site, but the kills will be collected by VODs. Good headshots, and finally... Oh, absolutely. You just got to keep the belief, though. I mean, you can still kind of eke out an 8-4 halftime scoreline here, and then you're still absolutely in the game, right? When the pistol convert, gun round, all of a sudden it's 8-7. And it's going to be another pacey hit into the safe bomb site. And again, Dinoko's been caught in transition. Delboni blinded up on the rafters, only good for one. It's VODs who has been the beast of these past few rounds for his team. Rampaging onto this A bomb site, yet another multi-kill from him. And I think that's enough. I think that Flamengo probably just going to call it a day here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Look, my biggest issue with Delboni's positioning there is, okay, yeah, he's up on the rafters and he's going to get blinded. The big problem is, I think it's much better for him to hold the angle, kind of try and look to find a frag and just stay blinded, because if you're just going to stay up there, there's going to be continual utility. He would have actually found that first pick of the player emerging out of hut. He would have given more time for his teammates to kind of react to it. I think sometimes when you're playing anti-flash up there, you're either waiting for the flashes to stop and they never do. He gets actually the player in hut. He thinks he's just killed the one in main. That is crazy timing. But yeah, I feel like sometimes you've just got to take that fight, and maybe it's more valuable for you to take contact, or, you know, he's got a suppressed weapon. I don't think they'd even know he's up there, but he's not blind at this point. The flashes don't come in until a little bit later. But look, it's a second round from Keyed Stars. It's exactly what they need. Here we see this again. Crazy timing. History just has to assume that he's taken down. Oh, that is so rough. Leo is going to feel very locked in because Kutzmaretz is playing a nice off angle. Leo's got no utility to deal with him. Kutzmaretz is going to back away, though. So it kind of alleviates the difficulty that would have been seen. But history will confirm that kill onto Ninjas. Oh, he's 22 points of health. He's got to be more cautious here. Dropping in. Vinobeast is so close in the smoke and he doesn't see him. Scope's too early. Vinobeast again. Vinobeast has been so key here for Keyed Stars. Lobby's been taken, but it might not matter. Down towards the lower side they go. Vinobeast can just post here towards Trophy. Delboni surely to be taken down. Never expect him a red box. And this is it. We're going to see an 8-4.
And there we go.
Yeah.
I feel like Vinobeast has been one of the massive catalysts in the fight back here for Keyed Stars so far.
Yeah, look, I think obviously Delboni is having a lot of impact, but the difference is we were waiting for someone to step up for Keyed Stars, weren't we? It's been pretty disappointing from everyone. You look at the individualistic, or kind of the difficulties the individuals have seen here. Kutzmaretz not expecting Vinobeast so close, and again getting on the kill counter. Surely we just need to see a bit of a rotation from Flamengo, an over-rotation you might say. VSM gets a freebie here, could double down as well. Danica finds Leo. 3 versus 2 now. A real flip of success, but I love this from Dash. Tech 9 in hand. A-bomb site's completely open. He can volley down the vent as well.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a while before Flamengo are even in a position to start to get the retake underway.
Look at Flash as well.
Flash is now making moves. I like this in the 3 versus 2 as well. He realizes he's probably got to do something here to find a chance in the round, but VSM has actually read into it. He's cleared locker room before he's committed up heaven. Really good awareness from him. It's just Dash left remaining. Should be a tough 1v3. It's been smoked off. There's is a kitten play as well. That's going to make it even more difficult. And they start to kind of piece it together and figure out where he is. There's a player posted on the angle. It'll be VSM. And again, this is another round that we can chalk up to one that Keedstars probably should have won. I mean, I feel like, Fred, that...
to muster victory here on the CT side.
Well, it will certainly require a pistol round. That is just goes without saying. And Ninjas with his Julius is going to be able to get a kill. He's down to a single point of health, though. There's a quick flank coming through from Ramp. This has been read into by Cuts. Is that going to be enough for the IGL to pull the plug on the play here and maybe try and change up the approach? They could drop down Vent knowing they've killed that Ramp player. Instead, they're going to continue to commit to the original plan into the safe bomb site. Flash has dropped down, but he's just dropped 6 foot under straight afterwards. And guess who? If anybody for Keedstars, it would have to be VODs. He's been the only player to go toe-to-toe with Flamengo so far.
You know, players 3 kills, 4 kills, 2 of 6. It's really been a difficult game here for Keedstars. Oh, this is maybe not the play you want to make, especially in a ramp stack. It's actually a bit of a lobby crunch, but they deal with the ramp defenders quite comfortably. Leo will be able to get one, but traded out. Ninjas and Flash both in the back lines, but History trying to contain them. Flash could have a bit of a freebie here if History overlooks this. Oh, lovely shots. 2v2, make it a 1v2 though.
I mean, listen, damage certainly got to be welcome. This is a fantastic eco round coming through from them so far. I don't really see any world in which Ninjas should be able to win a 1 versus 2 with 30 health and a USP, though that is a tall order. As tall as they come, and Delboni will tap him down. But still, fantastic economic damage coming through from the CT side there.
They just need more rounds to play with. They're a mistake away from losing this game, Matt, and being in that scenario with such an important game, with this being kind of the round 1, or I guess the opening stages of the group stage, this is just far too much pressure with this being a must-win map. Leo, Leo's going to get caught off guard here. Cuts gets a freebie. That opens things up on the B-bomb site, and in doing so, look how fast we've seen these rotations, the over-rotations you could say as well.
Oh my goodness. Ninjas and Delboni separated by a mere smoke grenade. Flash is not far away either. Smoke starts to fade. Flash becomes exposed. He peers back, but it's too late. And that bomb's been planted on the B-bomb side as well. So Keedstars, they're going to have to scurry to get in a position to even consider the retake, but it doesn't even look like they're gonna.
Yeah, I agree with this save. Like, you're in a 2 versus 3. Desh doesn't have armor. You have 2 pieces of utility. No defuse kit.
You know, Cutsmeret's in secret so early on in the round, applying so much pressure, creating that space. I don't think so. I don't think he has been. And it doesn't matter. Still is going to lose his teammates. And although he gets a kill, the bomb's already being planted here, Fred, and it's a 4v3.
Yeah.
On B even.
Honestly, I didn't even see VSM sneak down the vent.
Neither did I.
Look, Cutsmeret is still here towards lobby to cut off rotations. VSM is actually tasked with finding quite a lot. Cutsmeret is going out of hut. The bomb is down. Does Flash not know the bomb is down? Do they not realize? What is going on? He's going to clear out lobby, but Cutsmeret, he maneuvered through hut. Is that a tap of the bomb? Am I losing my... I don't know what's going on. There's just so much chaos here, Matt. But it is a 1 versus 3 VODs without a smoke. Makes this round near impossible. There's just not enough time. He can get on the bomb if he wants. He can't get the defuse off. There is physically not enough time. Game goes the way of Flamengo, although it's the pick of their opponent, a very dominant 13-3. What a performance from Flamengo, and I've got to say, for Keedstars,
there was a pretty big disparity between the two teams. But look at the pistol round here. Keedstars have got a pretty good inclination as to what's going on. They've actually committed 4 players onto the safe bomb side. This should be unlosable for them. Dash has already drawn first blood from CT. That is best case scenario, because now the rest of the team on the side can just activate. This is impossible for Flamengo to penetrate. They're just going to get shut down at every fight, and Keedstars flawless in the pistol. They got opening kills in 9 rounds out of 16 that were played. That is insane.
Should never be seen. Should never be happening.
It's like 60%, yeah.
It's Cutsmeret.
Okay, Cutsmeret, yeah. All right, mate.
He gets the tag and then the headshot. Just adds insult to injury. Apps player.
Yeah, I'm sure Danoco definitely would have heard the drop down.
Oh, look at
Keedstars are now poking and prodding in middle, but you're right. They're trying to give Cutsmeret's time with the scout right now. He somehow walked through ramp, clearing out angles. He's going to come across the cat players, taking Vinnabeast's head clean off. And that's going to prompt his teammates to start to creep their way forward in apartments. That's drawn attention towards A. But Flash has dropped the bomb carrier. He could still be the hero here. He could find a way to get the multi-kill, and he's actually the last man left alive. and he's being forced on by the Tech-9. Dinoco blinds himself, but Flash is even blinder. Cuts Moretz the hero. What a round from Flamengo.
How has he found 3 kills? Obviously, the first is crazy as is, and then he progresses out some decent weaponry in play. The big issue is no utility. Well, I say no, they've got 2 smokes. Leo would have been spotted on that cross, surely. Trying to find Leo. Great shot there. Molly and nade combination eventually found by History. Obviously, Flash still with this FAMAS towards short. And with it being a mid play, there's going to be 3 5-7s top con. This could be an absolute crunching from Keydstars. They just can't get this wrong. They've got to make sure that they send the utility here towards short. Danico chiming in. Vidavis gets the trade. Flash quick to activate. And these kills struggling to be founded from the players in con. And yes, okay, Delboni has an AK and he should be able to get this free kill onto Vidavis. But the positioning now is excellent. Delboni, he's got a lot of damaging utility.
Oh man, Delboni going to creep forward. Does he spot the pistol out? Maybe there's the head. Call comes through, frag found, and he spots out the second player as well. Now he has the info on Flash. That nade is going to do so much damage, brings him below half health. Flash continues to face. This is really brave, and Delboni will just stand his ground, and he's won the clutch to save the day.
Cuts Moretz now aggressing. Going to be maneuvering here out of ramp. A lot of damage to ninjas. Cuts Moretz. Oh, lucky that VSM is so clinical there as he keeps him alive. Dash facing so much utility, still tucked away. Danico low HP, confined with the Mac 10. Now Dash has got to go huge. Even more information gathered, and he's taken down through the wooden wall. It is a 2 versus 4 now. They spot out the FAMAS. There is a long flank coming through from Leo. He can deny the plant. Will be able to do so safely. And now, okay, he drops the smoke. I'd much prefer him to just stay silent, but still, it is this 2 versus 2 now. History. He's going to push through this top con smoke in the hopes to find Flash. But the real question is, has Leo maneuvered away from ramp? Has he gone into Palace? Has he backed away all the way towards middle? Because there's so much time here for Leo. And time, obviously, being the real difficulty now for Flamengo. And Leo can get a freebie onto History as well. Oh, but History holding the smoke. Still Delboni tucked away in Palace. Flash can't deny the plant. And Delboni will find. Oh. Yeah, timing looks good. Flamengo will find again. But, yeah, look, already 4 rounds they're going to be happy with, especially with 7 more to play for. Oh, great from Cuts Moretz. A bomb site completely open. It should be an easy 5th for Flamengo. Yeah, look, it's got that similar trend that Nuke did. It's got that kind of similar feel about it. Nice find from Leo. He can retrieve an AK, and they still kind of discredit his positioning. Bomb's been dropped, and that's why we're seeing a bit of a hurried approach from, I believe, Flash through under. 3 versus 3, low HP on Cuts Moretz. Danico, half HP, just 1 piece of utility remaining. The CTs can give this a real good go, especially with the AKs being dropped, but Delboni finding ninjas. Flash struggling to connect here. Missed HE grenade, but if anything, it gives the intention of one of these defenders away, and I like the angle from Flash to try and deal to someone in default, but obviously just staying tucked away here is Danico.
Well, there's another one. The problem is there's no kit, so time is certainly of the essence. And you've got a crossfire between Delboni and Dinoco, who's going to have to get a clutch done here, and he does out of nowhere. Good first frag found, immediately pivots there. Oh.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, I mean, when you're like triple your teammates at that point, that says a lot.
Yeah, you can add any 3 of their HLTV ratings together, and they still don't best Vidavis.
Are you sure you can't add them all together? Because
no, it's just shy. It's just, yeah, but it's close.
But I mean, it's still crazy when you think about it. Look at this round, though, man. I mean, this was the gun round for Keydstars to kind of try and fight their way back into it, but they've just been run over by a truck. That truck has a name. That name is Flamengo. Flamengo is a bird. What are they doing posing as a truck right now? Yeah, VSM's the driver.
This is kind of our expectation. Look, me and you had a bit of a chat in the green room kind of before the show, and I was kind of saying, look, Flamengo, this should be a 2-0. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. And we joked about, obviously, because we think it's going to be a 2-0, it's going to be the king of third maps, it's going to be a million overtimes. But Flamengo kind of have been able to put a display that we expected. We've seen this matchup multiple times in the last few months, and okay, yes, there's a lot of the time where you might say, okay, but the win rate for Keydstars is better on Nuke. Why are they still losing? But you've got to take into account that it isn't that clear cut. You might be better at a team on Nuke against the average team, but game style, kind of plan, and I guess just the style of play, it could be so differing to how you normally face that.
Now they're going to go for the side takeover at A.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, in the last round where they decided to hit so heavily towards B, they were completely caught off in Keyed Stars, and we're going to see it here again. Ninja's wanting to maneuver. Yeah, look, he wants to get towards default because he realizes, well, I'm playing from triple. There's no point. I've got an AWP rotating in through CT. Naded the smoke from Leo, but he's the one that in fact falls, and it looks like DANIKO wants to take this fight towards CT. Desh is going to get flashed in, fully blinded, but still finds VSM, an unnecessary fight to take. And now DANIKO, limited ammunition. It's a 2 versus 3 now. The bomb's not even down yet. They're playing as if they've already won the round, but they still need to find this kill in CT. It's just about whether he can get it, but that's the bomb carrier falling now. Such an kind of an unnecessary kind of over-fighting from Flamengo. And a perfect way to kind of talk about it is kind of just confidence turning into complacency. They haven't even got the bomb down as 3 people fighting towards CT. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Delboni going to go down.
To the flank. Good work coming through from VODs. I will say, swing after the flash pops. Then at least he gets the angle. Might not get the kill, but he doesn't give up his life then.
Yeah, the big issue as well is there's so much utility there. You know that there's going to be an AWP in play for Keyed Stars at some point in a rotation, maybe from CT. Cutsmar is still surviving. They knew he was in the Molotov. VODs had a free HE grenade that he could have thrown onto Cutsmar. I don't really know why not, but he should get a freebie here in Con. It is Leo to find that kill, in fact. So a 5 versus 3 now, although Ninjas is low, so is Cutsmar, so it's kind of even. But yeah, look, there was still so much utility for Flamengo. They didn't really need to even look to fight before the bomb goes down. And look, Keyed Stars, they're going to find themselves an easy third here. I don't see Cutsmar winning this 1v5 on 5 HP, especially with this early information being given. There's nothing he can do. An HE grenade might actually just take him down before he can even cross, but Flash will find. So, look, Keyed Stars, they get their third, but even with that, it's going to be an investment again from Flamengo. The money's looked really good. Your teammate has literally been holding for this flank. Okay, yes, the timing could come through now. This is the bomb on Cutsmar. There's 40 seconds left, and he's been taken down by Leo. And this round becomes so difficult. Delboni's going to have to go back and retrieve the bomb. They're going to have to hurry things along from Con as well. They need to find Ninjas, but they have been able to do that. Leo is going to feel suffocated. So worried about, obviously, top middle. History finds Dash. There's 20 seconds. They can get all these kills. They still need to find Leo. Delboni and VSM going to be swinging together, but Leo gets them both. 17 seconds on the clock now. This is where Flash, he just needs to survive. He just needs to live. The round is done. How have Flamengo messed this one up so massively? And also, big props to Leo. That is an incredible round from him. After finding the bomb carrier, you think, okay, well, at least there's going to be a trade, but they fumble towards ramp. There was so much utility there as well. There was 2 flashes, a molly and a smoke there, I believe, on VSM. Or Delboni, sorry. But yeah, Leo just gets a free double. This is looking a lot better.
This is looking more sustainable, though, in terms of how they're winning the rounds. I mean, Leo, what a massive play from him, like you highlight there. Actually, the cojones to even push through ramp and stifle the attack by being so deep behind enemy lines, dropping the bomb in T-spawn. And Flamengo just never really reacted quickly enough there. They took too long to try and piece it together. Anyway, next round alive and well, underway.
Great nade.
Good damage from the nade there from Ninjas. Yeah, dunking down onto Delboni. 4 versus 4.
I think the difference is you look at Flash, he's on 10 kills. Leo as well, double digits. Obviously, it was VODs having a lot of impact. He had kind of, 14 kills going into that second half on Nuke. The difference is there's kind of multiple players. Desh is having the odd moment here as well. So it's not as though it's just a one-man show for Keyed Stars, and it's giving opportunities for players like Ninjas, like VODs, to get themselves back into the game. So we could have a much more competitive game on our hands than we maybe even anticipated, especially after that 7-1 scoreline for Flamengo.
Yeah, it was looking like it was dire at one point, looking like it could be borderline game over.
Yeah, of course.
But it's been revitalized here on the map. Good molly to force Ninjas back, and it's going to create space for them to just creep their way up catwalk right now. Keyed Stars don't have to seem to have any idea that this could be happening, because Flash has pushed the entire way through apartments. He's now going down lowers. And Flamengo start to realize that they've kind of been gifted this B bomb side. If Cutsmar can get here, get out alive, then that would be really beneficial. In fact, this is going to be really nice. Yeah, he can try and keep them busy and circumvent the rotations in towards B.
He's going to hear these steps as well. Cutsmar could get a free double kill here. He just needs to be disciplined. He doesn't need to take this fight instantly, but he does. And now it's all about surviving. Whether his teammates will even need to help him, but Desh towards Market. Cutsmar, he goes for the swing, but it puts Delboni in the 1 versus 3. Look, if Cutsmar is just a tiny bit more disciplined there, he gets 2 kills. And the issue is it's not like his team can get set up and help him. Nice find from Delboni. He does have a Molotov to try and slow them down a little. Could just drop it on the bomb. Molly on the backside. Excellent Molotov.
Perfect.
Great utility there. 7-5 is seen. Okay, Keedstars. Let's see what we have to offer here. Obviously moving to the unfavored side of Mirage, but for Flamengo, majority of these, I say majority, all USPs, we've got a kit and a smoke. I guess a bit more of a classic buy. Something that we might see maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Obviously, the Julies have got a ridiculous hold on these pistol rounds, but Flamengo not needing them so far, it seems.
Yeah, men of culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Good
Rolling
old
back the
USP,
years.
classy kind of. There's nothing classy about Julies, mate. Rattling off that, just running around while you get kills.
Honestly,
men of
I love the
culture.
Julies.
Well, there we go. Just emphasizing my point.
Exactly.
Enforcing it, cheers.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The
P2000,
guy
are
with
you
the
a
British
P2000?
accent.
Are you a P2000 lover or a hater?
What? USP for life, baby.
Okay, interesting. Didn't realize we had Haley Welch on the broadcast.
Well, she's thankfully completely disappeared. So
yeah, you're going to be bringing back the Huck to her.
I prefer to be on the receiving end myself, but you know, it is going to be a 5 versus 3 here for Flamengo. They've got the kit, the smoke still in play.
Yeah, they've been on the receiving end of some punishment here in the pistol.
Yeah, they have been. Let's see. Can they find a way to make the 3v5 work? They've still got a smoke double flasher, P250 on Vinnerbeast. So there could be a big moment from one of these 3 players. There could be a way back into the round.
Yeah, the issue is there's no kind of flank. I feel like if maybe there was a
timing on that smoke.
Util's coming over. Flashbang seen. Flash dropped down to 32 points of health. He will get 1. Danico playing towards triple. Spots Vinnerbeast emerging out of Palace. The aggression towards stairs. Ninja's now in the 1v3. Needs to try and find these picks with the Glock. So chaotic. Honestly, I don't know whether he plays high sense or low sense, but look, their 3 most recent games here have been against Flamengo here on Mirage. Their 3 losses in a row. Danico doesn't spot. Desh finds as well. What is going on?
This is the Flamengo's problem on the city side of Nuke as well. If you remember, they just kind of overfaced in some of these rounds and they got punished for it. It's happening here as well. You don't have to go for those sort of information gamble plays in these sorts of rounds. VSM gets 1 back, but just has his head ripped off immediately afterwards.
Timing on the
They will
nade.
expose ninjas. So at least there's 1 more back, but there's still a man advantage, and Cutsmeretz is never going to expect another player here outside the smoke as well. Vinnerbeast will capitalize. And as Keedstars,
you can talk about kind of a team's game plan or whether it was the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do, but you know, a broken clock's right twice a day. It's not always about what you actually want to achieve. It's just whether you physically can find it. Knife kill, team kill. Okay, it wasn't even a knife kill. It was a nade kill. Tough one there. Orp for Desh, but no big green in play for History. History's been a bit quiet here.
oh yeah, I mean most of the players for Flamengo kind of dropped off Desh. Well, he had the shot there, he had the opportunity, that was what the plan was in place for. Boosting up above the smoke, cost him his life. Cutsmeretz spots the head of Flash. Flash doesn't know he's been seen though. So Cutsmeretz just smartly walks back ever so slightly, re-exposes that head, takes the head, and Flamengo now have a big advantage. That miss smoke could be costly as well.
Leo been heard now. Orb shot coming through. Don't actually know what he's firing at. Great find from Delboni, though. Delboni doubles, and it's all on Vinnerbeast.
Wow.
The hero of Nuke now called upon. The money's pretty decent for Keedstars, at least. You look at Flash, you look at Ninjas, Desh as well. They'll all be able to invest in the next. But, look, I've got to say, Flamengo, again, it's a moment where they bring out the weaponry, and they look so good.
Oh, nice bait there. Vinnerbeast shoots with the rifle. That draws him into the fight. He's able to pick up the AWP and pick off 1, but goes down straight afterwards. That's where the round kind of cascades out of control. Flash is thinking maybe he can find an early timing into the B bomb site, but you're not catching Cutsmeretz off guard.
We've got Delboni in front of this smoke, so there's still so much control. The rotations will be quite slow, but the steps are heard. Molly landing. It's going to completely... Well, I don't know why VSM's swinging. There is no need for him at all, but... Still, we're going to see these rotations before the T's confirm the bomb site. They've got very limited utility now. 24 seconds on the clock. Danico towards Vents, but Leo will find him. Cutsmeretz still alive. Spots the AWP towards Palace. There's a low HP for Vinnerbeast. 1 bullet from Death, and that's History's who will find. And Desh now, 13 seconds. AWP in hand. He's going to have the shotgun AWP, but he gets the first trade from Cutsmeretz. Flamengo, they will find victory here. They will get double digits. You really need to be having kind of at least some consistent moments or kind of the odd round here or there, but it's been very quiet for Ninjas.
It is what we highlighted coming into the series, though, for Keedstars, where their struggle has been on the individual level, excuse me. My goodness, what's going on in Connected? Denoco has eventually gone down. I mean, it was always a very difficult position that he found himself in. Keedstar's electric in their approach in towards middle, just surging forward and finding 2 good kills to open.
Oh, history spotted. It's such a hard fight, but he will find it. And with that kill coming through, the bomb is going to maneuver. This is where Moretz can just back away. Although they've got this deep spacing kind of window and ladder, Moretz, if he can maneuver towards Van, this could be so effective. You can get history posted up in market. You have Moretz on the back of the bomb site. This is going to be actually a pretty decent setup if he can hold the cross. Oh, he's been spotted towards bench here. This is where Moretz is going to feel very isolated. Not only getting aggressed upon by Short, but also by Apartments. And the missed shots there are tough. History's posting towards Short, just in the hopes that the site players won't swing him. But VSM holding towards Palace. Just going to look to save here. Money's pretty decent for Flamengo. They still will be able to get a buyout. I think a little bit of that is conditioned on VSM saving, as History isn't going to have the best of buys. Yeah. Real costly factor. Looks as though it's going to be a split through A. They've just smoked towards top con. Danico, though. Danico's in a great position. Needed the smoke, but he just can't hit the shots. Didn't think that would be the costly factor for Danico. VSM spots out one. Delboni tucked away. History finds with the AWP while VSM on the rifle. 4 versus 3. Cuts Moretz. He finds 2. And Flash, he's spotted. Will find 1. Maneuvered here now to jungle. And as we said, all it takes is 1 round. And this could be the round that creates such a costly end. Timing. Oh, Flash! How has he not been taken down?
No ways VSM has been able to just walk away from that.
In market, he could be here towards short. He could be obviously towards top mid. Could just be waiting patiently around con. And this is where Moretz going to get taken down. Flash quite quick there. There's 19 seconds. You understand why he feels the need, but you're never going to win the round. I feel like you've kind of got to take a huge gamble. There's 50 seconds on the clock. It's going to be a split through B. Delboni is already through here. This is going to be an overlook angle every day of the week. They're going to spot the smoke towards top con, assume that no one's in front of it, and with Moretz, all he needs to do is find a kill. VSM will get taken down. Vinabeast actually finds Delboni. Okay, well, certainly not an overlooked angle. Leo finds Danico as well.
Well, they're going to have to play for the 24th round then off Flamengo. They're going to have to save in this next round. I don't even think they really have any round loss bonus behind them. Did they only get 1,400 here? It's not even going to be a great investment at 12-10. That's even assuming they can save the AWP here. And look at Keedstar. They're already hunting. They're already searching. Oh, man. History going to have to fight for his life, and he will find that first shot.
Yeah, the issue is he has no util. It's not as though he has like a molly or a smoke to slow things down. Ninjas is just going to be jiggling here, aware. Oh, the issue is the flash. He's gone. He's done. Not a chance. Shotgun AWPing. Misses the first. AWP can be saved as well.
All right, well, that is going to be 12-10. Keedstar doesn't fight for another day.
Honestly, I think it goes OT. Expected outcome of the next. If it's kills that you want, you can still get it done with the USP.
Let's see. There we go. Can he find a kill with the P250?
Oh, he should be able
That's
to
the
now.
theme of the round right now.
Ninjas is low.
Broken wall. Oh, was he spotted? Maybe not, but he's going to get cleared by Flash. There we go. He finds a frag with the P2, so at least he's able to pay for it by getting that frag.
Oh.
And there's some more damage from Dinoco. It's still fine, though, right? There's no concern for the round at large. Bomb is trying to path its way through lowers right now. Dinoco, I mean, there's no Dinocos here. Dinoco's dropped the bomb carrier. He might be able to scoop up the AWP. He has picked up the AWP. Low health. This one would be better, but it doesn't matter. He's landed Dinoco. There's only 9 seconds. What in God's name is happening to him? Is this how it ends? This is how it ends.
What the actual hell have we just witnessed? I'm kind of having to hold myself back from saying expletives because that is probably one of the most crazy rounds I've seen in Counter-Strike.